Hey guys, welcome to match 16 of the IPL. Just got done. We're recording right after RCB versus Lucknow. So yeah, um, pretty psyched out right now. What a crazy game! It had everything.
Yeah, it feels tough to be a RCB fan right now. Um, a roller coaster of a game. It pretty much had everything. But yeah, I think RCB's bowling lineup once again let them down.
Yeah. Usual, right? Like Kohli, Faf,
Yeah,
Maxi,
yeah,
the KGF of Bangalore went crazy, and then the bowling all over the place. But yeah, man, my third consecutive game with a lot of interesting stuff. So IPL's not disappointing this time.
correct.
Uh, Going to a game that has potential to disappoint.
To be a disappointment, yeah. It's a
Uh, it's the two teams who haven't won anything. तो इस बहाने चलो कोई तो जीत ही जाएगा कल. Um, but yeah, Mumbai versus Delhi. Mumbai has lost both the games they played. Delhi have lost three. So the team who loses this is really looking at the wooden spoon for the year. So big game for both in that sense. Um,
yeah. I feel both the teams have similar problems in terms of how they are stacked. Poor bowling lineups and again not enough support for the fast bowlers along with the spinners as well on the team not firing. So I feel bowling lineups is gonna be a problem, but DC sort of look more vulnerable batting lineup as well. So let's see what the game has to offer.
yeah, I think starting lineups, Marsh is still not back. So I think pretty
No,
much the same. Do you think considering they've lost, they'll try and move stuff around? Maybe Sakaria comes back. I think Khalil had a bad game.
yeah,
Uh,
they might
might
try
also,
even say again. We'll wait to see, what's the sort of run they give Shaw at the top of the order. He was moved as an impact sub, so not certain on how really how confident Delhi are with Shaw and his current form. If they want to get a Phil Salt in, who can attack more at the top, but again, then it spoils the middle order combination with Powell being the hard hitter at with the lower batting order. So interesting to see how many changes Delhi, even Mumbai for that matter, really come up with. But I feel with both the teams going through the season, you will see a lot of chopping and changing just because the main players are not being consistent enough.
yeah. Like Mumbai, I won't be surprised to see. I don't know if he's here yet though. He must be, right? Riley Meredith
Meredith, yeah,
come in for Stubbs because Mumbai need a bowler. So that's one
yeah.
change I'm hoping happens. Let's see. Anyway, going into fantasy, I think there are still some good picks. I think your Warner for one.
Yeah, Tilak Verma is another who makes into your team like as
Sorry,
a
who?
Tilak Verma. He
And I
looks the
think,
best batsman.
yeah, like Warner, I think, irrespective of what Sehwag had to say, I think he his run. I think fantasy wise, he's a good pick. Whether he loses
Correct.
in the game, that is different. I think Cam Green is a good pick still for me.
Yes.
Because he's gonna continue coming one down. Mumbai Cup bowling options देखते हुए, I think he continues bowling three or four. He looks better than most of the rest right now anyway.
Correct.
So I think that way, again, purely out of like prospective points, I think he's a good pick.
Correct. I'm
Who
even looking at
else?
an Akshar to make a
Ah,
difference, but
so very good.
uh, uh, again, that's the challenge with him that where does he bat? How many overs does he bowl? If say Delhi are bowling first, what's the sort of assistance he's getting from the pitch? So
Yeah,
lots to be seen. But again, considering the two lineups, I'm certain he becomes a definite starter
yeah.
uh, for me in my fantasy.
Differential picks, X factors. I think one is obviously Sky.
Sky is definitely a differential.
Just
Yeah,
can't take the player out of him, right? Like no matter form. I mean, obviously going by
correct.
form, probably not the best pick, but he's just
Yeah,
still coming off a crazy year, so he's a good pick.
yeah. Even
Anyone
Ishan
else?
looked comfortable at the crease last game. He wasn't able to kick on, but even he has, with the form he has, particularly against Delhi, that he has shown in the past, and also the fact that he's getting into some touch, some bit of rhythm, I think Ishan also becomes an X factor.
And fantasy, right? Keeper points. Matlab,
Correct. Yeah, the keeper points.
so that's a pretty good bonus for him. Now I think it's where it gets interesting. So figuring out कि अब ज्यादा कोई बचा नहीं है. But
So
who do
it's like you see those 4 or 5 players and everything else is an avoid. So
you?
that's the sort of the form that these two sides are coming up with.
Yeah. So I think both teams, especially Mumbai, bowling lineup is really bad. But
Correct.
considering the forms दोनों टीम के like batsmen are in, bowlers might be the picks for the day. Um,
Actually, yeah,
Delhi pitch also I think is sort of a little bowl. अच्छा नहीं Delhi pitch तो is a belter. Right?
yeah.
That yeah, but just going by form, like might like your Khalil, whoever bowls the death overs. Naughty is a very good pick.
Naughty is a very good pick. Yes, he
Mumbai
just does
bowlers,
not have enough support, but he definitely is. Even Jofra, I feel if he's playing, I think I put him as an X factor. Uh, Purely because I don't think he has enough game time behind him.
yeah,
But he can be extremely lethal against likes of the Shaws. If say Sarfaraz, Lalit Yadav, if these guys are coming at the top, right? Say a wicket falls early, so Jofra becomes a very important player. Like if you're giving him 2 overs up in the power play and 2 at the death. So if he's playing, he's definitely got to make it to your team.
yeah. I think Kuldeep is also a good um, differential pick. I think
Yep,
considering Mumbai's batsman के जो form चल रहा है, his spin might like confound a lot of them, right? So I think he's a good pick.
correct. Yeah. I think he
What players
lacks
do you
that
avoid?
confidence
Yeah,
that he used to have under Pant, but uh, again, that's probably the story with majority of Delhi's lineup right now.
yeah. What players do you avoid? I think the two openers, right?
Yeah, I
You put them in here
purely
because of form, purely because of really bad form. But
yeah,
again, disclaimer is that the Shaw and Rohit, both quality players, they're gonna hit
yeah,
on their day, right? They're not gonna go dry though.
correct,
But yeah, let's see.
yeah.
Um, any other avoid that comes to your mind? I don't think. Like
I'll
maybe
probably avoid some of the. I'll probably avoid a Powell.
yeah,
I'll avoid some of the basically the lower order and all rounderish sort of players for both the setups.
yeah,
Um, I'll probably avoid Sakaria if he's playing Shokeen and Arshad Khan. These are probably avoids because they're not really getting a lot to do in the setup, but they're always, whenever they're put through any amount of pressure, they sort of crumble.
yeah. So what about uncapped? There are a lot of uncapped players in this game. I think these two teams
Yeah,
probably have like the most. I think blindly, I think the first one has to be Tilak. But who are your next?
Tilak Verma.
I
I'll
really
probably pick Lalit
yeah,
for how he batted last game, and also Uh, I used to love the fact that Pant used to give him 1 or 2 overs in the middle just to squeeze some overs in and then, take like, increase the pace of the game just by getting 1 or 2 quick overs from Lalit.
let's go with the
So
impact players. Otherwise,
correct, correct. That's the thing that with the impact player rule now, you're not looking him having him in the starting 11. Um, but again, if Lalit plays, I'm definitely looking at him, giving me 2 solid overs and batting at say 4 or 5 probably.
yeah. I think third pick for me is Kartikeya. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
he looked good. He looked good. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
match situation sort of defined. They didn't really go after him, but he didn't give away too many runs. He looked good, looked tight. So I think he's a good
Correct.
If he was a standout bowler, there's not too many options. I think he gets his 4 overs also, which you can't be sure about
Correct.
with like your Shaukin and Arshad and uh,
Yeah.
those. And I think Mukesh is not
Yes.
a bad shout. But, um,
Yeah. Even Mukesh, for the fact that he's bowling up in the power play and probably an over or two at the back end of the innings. So um, you never know, right? With the likes of struggling Rohit, the struggling Greens and Skies at top of the order, he might chip in with a wicket or two.
yeah, getting into Dream 11 then. Maybe we can discuss captain, vice captain also here. But these names, I think, are sort of uh, fixed in our team.
Yeah.
Ishan, Warner, Sky, Tilak, right? All really good batsmen. Uh, consistent pretty much. Even though Sky is out of form, but still he's Sky, so pretty consistent batsman. Nortje, Kartikeya, pick of each team's bowlers. Unfortunately, Kuldeep, who can trouble any batsman on his day, and Mumbai batsmen who are out of form. Cam Green and Aksar, who obviously both like solid all rounders who are likely to both bat and bowl given their teams. So I think these nine are pretty fixed, right? And then
Yeah.
the other two, I think there are a lot of names we have in avoid, which we already discussed. But I think some other names are interesting again based on toss, right? Like if Mumbai bat, your Khalil if he plays, or even Mukesh is not a bad shout.
Okay.
Holds the depth.
Yeah.
Um, Similarly, if DC bat first, Jofra if he plays is a good shout. Or I think Behrenderov probably bowls the death.
Yeah.
It's also not a bad shout. And Riley Rosso, who probably comes two down, three down. David, who comes three down, four down. Like if their teams are batting first, they are also pretty explosive batsmen who on their day can do. So I
Correct.
think those are
This game probably might spring a surprise or two for us because considering the recent forms of this team and really who puts their hand up and takes the responsibility of being that star player on the night.
yeah,
But pretty much what you have on the left of the screen is what we expect to be the consistent sort of performance for this game, and definitely some of the differential picks on the right. Based on who wins the toss, what are you looking at as the pitch conditions, those factors to be playing in.
yeah. Who are your top picks for captain, vice captain?
I'm tempted to go with the likes of Tilak because if his Mumbai is batting first, he's the way he has performed, right? It shows maturity batting at four. So Tilak is definitely one pick for me. Warner is always there when Delhi are playing because he's consistently giving you a good 55, 60 runs, although he's been quite slow this year.
No.
And I wouldn't really discount Sky as well. But what we have really seen with this IPL, it's taking people a little longer to find form than expected. KL Rahul also struggled with the same today. So yeah, Sky, Akshar, Cam Green. This is probably not such a safe choice, but I'll probably have Warner and Tilak as my captain, vice captain.
Yeah, I agree, but except I think I would go Cam Green over Tilak just
Hmm.
because Tilak, any batsman who's not top three, right, always scares me
Yep.
because you don't know,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like today, right? Like
Correct.
it ended at Maxwell and no one else came to
Yep.
bat, even though they batted first.
Correct.
So something like that always comes up, can come up rather. So that's why I sort of like Cam Green because he comes one down. Even if he fails with the bat, he still has 4 overs with the ball. But Tilak is sort of
Yep.
dependent on him, coming
Yep.
three down. In fact, comes three down. So little risk there. So I prefer Cam Green and Warner. And I really like Aksar as a differential in this game. Sky, as you said, I think thoda risky hai to probably give him time, but I really like Aksar as well. These picks I like.
Do you think that Mumbai sort of made a mistake with the auction, not going all out for Sam Curran and rather putting a lot of money on Cam
Yeah,
Green?
because of we needed bowler, right? Definitely.
Correct.
It's surprising, man. Like Mumbai, even like generally, I mean, uh, Sandeep Sharma, and I don't know, like so many players just very surprised that they didn't go for it. Their bowling lineup is
Correct.
useless.
I'm not certain on what's the sort of obsession they have around. I understand you can have, say, uncapped players who have not really shown glimpses of their talent on the domestic stage, but not done like big wonders, being preferred over some of the sort of domestic veterans. I would put it that way. So that's been a little bit of a surprise. And even when the auctions were going on, I thought that a person like Cam Green suits more of Delhi setup, and a person like Sam Curran, suits more of the Mumbai setup. But it was surprising the way the bidding went, and Cam Green ended up being in
Surprising
mind.
considering like Mumbai's history also. Like they won 5 titles on the
Correct,
back of Malinga, Bumrah, Bolt, all these like
yeah,
terrific bowlers, right? So it's just
correct.
very weird to see.
And
Yeah.
they've always sort of have had that void after Hardik's departure. I would put. I was thinking
Both the brothers.
since Hardik, I definitely understand that Krunal would be that X factor in a team, but if you see that in a lower order setup, right? I think for uh, Krunal's batting, you still sort of have a like for like, or probably a better player in Tilak. You have sort of filled that spot in. Overs is becoming a major concern, and for me, someone who could come down the order at 6, 7, give you handy runs, can bowl overs. I think they put that faith in Tim David, but he's yet to fire. And Sam Curran would probably have been a better choice considering Mumbai setup and the lineup they're playing this year.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Next mega auction.
Yep, next mega auction.
To see
And
the
I think
titles.
uh, exactly. And with Puran with his batting today, I think his stakes are definitely going to be high once again.
Yeah. All right. I think we've covered it all. So all the best for the game. All the best to you, DC man. Maybe win and survive.
Yeah. May the best team win and the more consistent team lose.
All right.
All right. Thank you, folks.